What's up guys, it is THETBALL and I am back with another video. So today we're going to be going over 5 NBA players who are getting paid to not play. So before you start, if you want to see more daily NBA content just like this, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on my next video will be coming out. So using the stretch provision on players has become a very common theme among NBA teams who have bad players on bad contracts, as in some cases it may be better to take smaller cap hits over a longer course of time compared to bigger ones in shorter periods. These players who get stretched are essentially getting paid to not play, which sounds like a great deal to me. So let's go over 5 players who are currently still getting paid from their last contract to not even play. So first up, I have Deron Williams. This is one of the biggest contracts that was stretched, and the Nets obviously made a huge mistake in signing Deron Williams to an incredibly large contract. Williams and the Nets had an interesting agreement here, where Williams agreed to a partial buyout of his remaining contract, and he received $27.5 million that would be stretched over 5 years. This meant the Nets would have to pay Williams $5.5 million on the salary cap over the next 5 years from that point, when the agreement occurred on July 10th, 2015. The Nets decided to stretch his contract at that point to get under the luxury tax, so it saved them some money there. And today, the Nets are in their 4th year now of paying Deron Williams $5.5 million a year, with only 1 more year left. It was a horrible contract looking back, and the Nets still have to suffer the consequences to this day. So, what happened to Deron Williams? Well, after he was stretched, he signed a 2-year, $10 million deal with the Mavs where he played decently, but was hampered by injuries, and he eventually signed with the Cavs in the 2016-17 season. With the Cavs, he was pretty good in the regular season, but was absolutely horrible in the finals where he forgot how to shoot. Deron Williams is now out of the NBA, and it doesn't look like he'll be making a return anytime soon. So, next up, I have Festus Ezeli. Ezeli was one of the most disappointing signings of all time, as he ended up signing a 2-year, $16 million deal with the Portland Trail Blazers in 2016. However, he ended up never playing a single game for Portland due to injuries, and that's just a steal for Ezeli. So Ezeli ended up getting paid $7.4 million for his first season with the Blazers, but his second year was only partially guaranteed at $1 million. The Blazers were cap strapped, and stretching Ezeli would help them save some money in the luxury tax, so they decided to stretch Ezeli's $1 million over 3 years in 2017. So Ezeli is getting paid $333,333 this year, and the same amount next year to not play, which, while is not as good of a deal as Williams, Ezeli is still getting paid for nothing. It was unfortunate that Ezeli couldn't play for the Blazers due to injuries, but he's been doing stuff outside the NBA since then. I made a video on what happened to Festus Ezeli in another video, and what he's up to now, so check that out after this video if you'd like. And I'll also leave a card to that video up on the top. So next up, I have Spencer Hawes. So Spencer Hawes had a decent NBA career as a solid all-around center who could shoot and pass well for his position. However, he seemed to decline after getting a large contract with the Clippers, and he has been on multiple teams since then. Hawes played for the Hornets and the Bucks afterwards, and Milwaukee eventually waived him in 2017. Hawes was owed about $6 million for 1 year left on his contract, but the Bucks stretched that over 3 years, paying him $2 million over that time period. So Hawes is getting paid $2 million this year and another $2 million next year to not play in the NBA, and that's got to be a great deal for Hawes. I still think his skill set is useful, especially in today's NBA as a versatile 5, but he's been out of the NBA for over a year now, and it isn't looking like teams are going to be looking to sign him. But he is still only 30 years old, so who knows? Maybe he still has something left in the tank and a team will give him another shot. So now we're going to go back to the Blazers, who acquired Virgil from the Cavs in 2016. The Blazers were able to pick up the Cavs' protected first-round pick in this deal for only taking on Virgil's contract. The Blazers decided to stretch Virgil, paying him $2 million a year over a 5-year stretch starting in 2016, and he continues to get paid by the Blazers to this day. Now with the Blazers cap strapped, it probably would have been a better idea for them not to stretch his contract at that point, but what's done is done. After being waived, Virgil signed with the Warriors, where he didn't play a big role for the championship contending team. He re-signed with the Warriors for the 2016-17 season, but he was eventually waived midway throughout the season. The Warriors eventually won the title that season and Varejao accepted the ring, so it all worked out for him. Now, Varejao currently plays for Flamengo, which is a basketball team in Brazil. So Varejao is getting paid by the Blazers while also getting paid by Flamengo. So honestly, it sounds like he's living the life right now. And finally, I have Andrew Nicholson. I saved the longest stretch contract for last, which Nicholson's terrible contract is being stretched by guess who? The Portland Trail Blazers once again. Nicholson was traded to the Blazers from the Brooklyn Nets in exchange for Allen Crabbe, and both have terrible contracts. At the time of the trade, Nicholson had 3 years and $19.9 million left on his contract, and with the Blazers having trouble with the cap space, they decided to waive Nicholson and stretch the rest of his contract. What's really crazy about this stretch is that the Blazers will be paying Nicholson $2.84 million all the way until 2024. That's just wild, and Nicholson is currently playing in the CBA, making even more money on top of that. So he's racking up the cash, and the Blazers have to be cringing at how much money they're paying to guys who don't even play for them. But that's a wrap. Those are the 5 NBA players getting paid to not play. There's obviously a ton of other NBA players in the same situation, so if you guys want to see another video of 5 more NBA players who are getting paid not to play, let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and also be sure to turn on post notifications so you can stay updated on when my next video will be coming out. Also, follow me on Instagram and hit me up if you want to talk about basketball, business, or have any video ideas for me to do. Let me know as I do try to get back to all you guys there. So, without that being said, once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully, I'll see you guys soon for my next video. Peace.